I've been kind of doing little things like this, I don't know what you want to call mini series. I've been doing my authenticity perfumes first impressions. I'm now kind of going to do some aroma chemical stuff. I just thought it'd be interesting. I still have a couple of those authenticity perfumes to go. I'm just not really liking the company, so I've slowed down on it. I'm just not excited to smell a lot of them. I'll get to them all eventually, though. But yeah, I have a lot of aroma chemicals here. Here's a nice bag of aroma chemicals. Probably some people would be horrified at the way I'm storing them, but these are I got these, as I said in my last video, not to make my own perfumes. I don't really have the time to do that. It's a lot of practice, and it's just a skill that needs to be acquired. I don't have time for. But being a huge fan of cologne, fragrances in general, I thought it would be really cool to just get some of these so I could actually know what they smell like. It's cool to know how things are made, and it's just cool. So I'm just gonna go through them, and I'm not gonna tell you like what they're used for in particular, just what they smell like. What they smell like to me, do I like them or not? We did Ambroxan, which I love, I think is awesome, and as a matter of fact, I have it here. I want to say I did that video 2 days ago, and as this dries down on this blotter, this test strip, it gets even nicer. It gets smoother. It creates this sort of leathery vibe. It's sweet. I mentioned it has that sort of body odor smell to it, and not in a weird way, like in a skin scent way. And it's just great. It seriously smells amazing. Like I said, I would wear Ambroxan just on its own. I have ISO E Super today. This is a little 4 milliliter sample. Not really a sample, more of like a, what do you want to call it? Just a little bottle. So I always take these and just dip them in here like that. And then I don't do a lot because you don't need a lot, but this lasts a while. And then I bend this so that it can kind of sit there and it can just work its way down. Nice. A lot of people can't smell ISO E Super. I don't know if that's true or not. I know a lot of people can't smell musks, but people definitely have a hard time smelling ISO E Super. I can't remember the name of the cologne, if it's Molecule 1 or whatever, that just is just ISO E Super, and I've heard a lot of people say that they can't smell it at all. I don't know why that is, but I can definitely smell this. It's not incredibly strong or anything. Maybe it's an anosmia thing. I don't know, but I can definitely smell this, no problem. And it smells great. It smells very good. I mentioned it's kind of similar to ISO E Super, and I'm sure this is the case for a lot of aroma chemicals because a lot of them are synthetic, but they remind you of things in real life for sure. They smell very pleasant. There's nothing wrong with them. They remind you of things you've smelled before, but do they actually smell like something in nature? No. Like I mentioned with Ambroxan, it smelled leathery and peppery and woody, and it had a skin scent, but it didn't actually smell like those things. It's its own thing. And this kind of is like that too, but I think that ISO E Super, to me, is a little bit more, I could relate to it smelling like something in real life. Because the first thing that I really smell with ISO E Super is cedarwood. Um, I love cedarwood. It is one of my favorite smelling woods. It is something that is very, uh, I wouldn't say important to me, but something that I have a lot of memories with because when I was growing up as a kid, the house I lived in had a big cedar closet. So it always, every time you open that closet, it was a big closet and it's just overwhelming aroma of cedar. I love the smell of cedar. It's something I'm very familiar with and brings back some good memories. And that's what I get. There's also a bit of a piney aspect to this, very slightly. I do kind of get hints of pine. And it does have that sort of peppery, sort of slight leathery, peppery, almost musky kind of underlying aroma that Ambroxan has. But really, the majority of this, it's kind of like a generic sort of cedarwood sort of smell. And it is light, peppery cedarwood almost, you could say. Very light, almost. And sometimes when I get whiffs of this, I can smell hints of citrus. Like, I'll smell this, it smells nice. And then I do actually get a touch of anosmic to it when I just continually smell it, but I guess that's with anything really. And I'll just put this away and I'll go, okay, I can't really smell more. And then I'll come back into my room and I can smell it in the air. And that's when I kind of get slight whiffs of pine or citrus or something like that. So I can see why this is used in a lot of men's colognes in large amounts because it's masculine smelling. Although, I mean, it's really, like I said, it's really just cedarwood at its core. So it's not like it couldn't be used in a feminine, fragrance. But It's just it's very plain. It's a good base builder. It's some I could see why it would be used a lot. It's inoffensive. I could see why there is that molecule one or whatever it's called. Because yeah, that this is there's nothing wrong with this, right? It's a very simple, easy kind of smell. I think I like Ambroxan more. It's more interesting to me. It's got more of a oomph to it. But this is nice too, and I could see why these are used so frequently in men's colognes because they complement each other very well. Yeah, that to me smells like a dry down of a men's cologne when I combine these two. So yeah, ISO E Super. A lot of these I don't have a ton to say about because they are very simple at their core. But yeah, it's very good. I recommend that you pick some of these up on your own. Go to the Perfumer's Apprentice. It's a website. You can buy these. Some of them get expensive, but these synthetic ones, like I probably paid ISO E Super probably $3 for this bottle. And if you're just using it to like test stuff and for your own research purposes, this will be just enough. Not just enough. That'll be a lot. So, oh yeah, I don't know. This is fun. Those are kind of in a similar category for me. They're kind of like base building, sort of woody, musky, not musky so much, but like peppery sort of scents. I have other citrus ones and sweet ones, and I'll do those too. So this is just something fun to do differently. I'll catch you up on authenticity perfumes eventually. I'm not like in the mood to smell those really, but I want to try. We're done with the video now. I'm just talking to you. I want to really try zoologist perfumes. I go through phases. I'm going to do a whole video where I talk about going through different phases of your hobbies, but I'm kind of in a snobby, not I don't want to say snobby, but like a niche kind of phase at the moment where I just want to smell really complicated stuff. It's just what I'm interested. I really want to try zoologist. I've never tried them. If you have, let me know. I know they're pretty wacky, but I might be looking for something like that right now. That's all. Take care. If you've smelled ISO E Super before on its own, let me know and what you think it smells like. It can be a little different to certain people. I have a ton of these. I'll probably do something sweet next. I think that would be cool. So take care, smell good, and peace out.